In this video, you'll see how to install the electronic bidet by Fluidmaster. It's called the Soft Spa, and it's a great upgrade for your bathroom and your rear end. So the first step is to turn the water off to the shutoff valve that runs to the toilet. You can flush the toilet, and that'll remove all of the water from the tank. It's a really important step. Then you can remove the supply line that's going to the fill valve. Any water that comes out, you just clean up with a sponge. Then you want to clean off the top of the toilet bowl. That's really important. And all the parts you need come with the Soft Spa. There are these rubber grommets with screws in them. They're going to go into the toilet bowl. You want to dunk these in water for a few minutes. This is going to make it easier to put the rubber grommets through the holes in the bowl. Pretty easy. Then there's a mounting plate that goes on top of the bowl. You want to remove the screws because what you're going to need now are these little sliders that go over top of the grommets. These go down over top of the rubber grommets, and then you put the screws into them, and that's going to allow you to move the mounting plate back and forth. That's also a critical step. So you just want to lightly tighten down on the screws. As you can see, the mounting plate will work and move back and forth. Then you put a paper template underneath that. The paper template is going to allow you to adjust the mounting plate so that the Soft Spa bidet will fit properly onto the toilet bowl. So again, this is a crucial step in the process. Once you have the template in place, you want to tighten the grommets, and they'll kind of look like this on the bottom of the toilet bowl. They need to be tightened down quite a bit. Once this is done, there are slots in the bottom of the bidet. It'll slide in, you'll hear a click, and then you can remove it by pushing in the button. But you need to also add all the supply lines to the bidet. So there's a supply line that goes into the bidet. You screw that in place by hand, turn it another quarter to half turn with your wrench, and that's what it looks like when it's installed. Pretty easy. Then you slide the bidet in place, and it comes with a T. Make sure the rubber gasket is in the T. Then you can hand tighten that to the fill valve, and then you can run the supply line from the bidet into the side of the T. Again, just hand tighten it for now. We'll come back to that later. Then on the bottom of the T, there's another threaded fitting. What you want to do next is thread the supply line on that will go down to the shutoff valve that's in your floor or coming out of your wall. And the cool thing about this kit is it comes with an adapter for most size shutoff valves. So just put that in place onto the shutoff, and then thread your supply line onto that, and then again tighten that another quarter to a half turn. Pretty easy. And then tighten down on the supply line that's going from the bidet, and then just double check that you don't have any leaks coming out of the toilet. Then you can plug it in, and then there's an auto stop button that will turn on. There are two different ports on the inside of the bidet. There's a dryer, and then there's a port for the actual bidet portion that comes out and sprays all the water. What you want to do next, and this is something that I found out, is you want to use the remote control to test this. So put your hand over the sensor. You'll see that the dryer will work if you press the dryer button on the remote. And then what you can do is test all the functionality. So I used the remote, which is fantastic, and I'm going to go over that in a second. Made sure the bidet turned on, and then I used a cup to test it. You could test this with your actual rear end, but I didn't really want to do that on this day. Fluidmaster Soft Spa bidet is awesome, super easy to install, and I love the remote. Look at all the functions on this. You can have a rear oscillate function, front oscillate. It has a dryer. It has a gentle mode as well as a deodorizer and nightlight. You can adjust the position, and you can also adjust the water pressure, seat temperature, dryer temperature, and water temp. So if you're looking for an awesome electronic bidet to install, get the Soft Spa. It's fantastic. I hope the tips in this video helped you out, and we'll see you in the next tutorial.